competition from London 2012 now with 32 medals on offer. It's a day with more medals up for grabs than any other, and here is where they can be won. We're heading to the Essex countryside shortly as the bikes leave the roads and head for the hills. Annie Last goes for Team GB at 12:30. Can a Neymar-inspired Brazil win the country's first Olympic medal? It's a 3 o'clock kick-off at Wembley as they take on Mexico, and you can see that here on BBC One. Great Britain's men need to pick themselves up by the bootstraps with a hockey bronze today, but it's going to be a tough ask against Australia. Their match is on BBC Three at 3:30. At 7:30 tonight, Mo Farah will try and become the 7th man to win both the 10,000 metres and the 5,000 metres at the same Olympic Games. And can Usain Bolt make it a double-triple? The final of the men's 4x100-metre relay will be a fitting finale to a wonderful athletics competition in the Olympic Stadium. Well, let's get you up to date with what has been going on this morning on a fantastic day 15 here on the headlines. Well, it all got off to a perfect start with a goal for Ed McKeever in the sprint canoeing's new K1 200-metre event. That's now 26 gold medals for Great Britain. There was a bronze for Britain in the K2 race. Britain's Liam Heath and John Schofield finishing third behind an impressive Russian crew. Tom Daly is through to this evening's 10-metre platform diving final after an excellent performance in the Aquatic Centre this morning. He qualified in 4th place. And the men's modern pentathlon is underway. Britain's Sam Wheel and Nick Woodbridge are both in 13th place after the fencing round. Next up for them will be the 200-metre freestyle swim. What a morning indeed, and with a total of 11 medals on wheels, Great Britain have had more success than any other nation at these Olympics. So, after glory on the track and on the roads, will that momentum continue? It's time to hit the dirt and go rubble crunching.
Mountain bike. Each lap of the course is 4.7 kilometres long, with each race taking a minimum of 90 minutes to complete. During the race, the riders are presented with optional routes, the more direct and dangerous A route, or the safer but considerably slower B route. In total, riders will climb 1,204 metres in the men's race and 1,032 metres in the women's.
If you would like to get involved...
Well, today is the women's race, and as you heard there are no heats or semi-finals. It's quite simply the first one over the line that will take gold. 21-year-old Annie Last is the first British woman to qualify for 12 years. So let's find out a little bit more about her.
Yacht race, and then at the end of the race you get a little goodie bag, bit of chocolate in there for freebies, and I was like, I'll do this again.
I know one thing's for sure, everybody who was singing on their Annie will certainly be rooting for her.
So from the Olympic Park we are now off to a rare breeds farm run by the Salvation Army to see how the mountain biker's technical skill and stamina can cope with the Essex course. Now Helen Skelton, the mountain bike extraordinaire as we saw there, is down with Chris Baldwin, someone else who's pretty handy on a bike. Now the thing I'm concerned about is this offshore wind. You can see how close it is to the coast, and we heard from our gold and bronze kayakers this morning talking about the extra challenge of the headwind. So Helen, is this going to be an issue for the mountain bikers?
Well, it should be, because this is completely different. Obviously the canoes are going in one direction. On this course at Hadley Farm, the riders are constantly changing direction, aren't they, Chris? So it shouldn't throw them off.
It's unusual because it is very, very open hill, but because it is this natural amphitheatre and they are, as you say, constantly changing direction, it shouldn't have a big bearing on the race.
Essex, sorry to just slip back a little bit, but I came today and I wanted to get the best out of myself, and that's what I've done. I'm really, really happy today. Great to us, so well done to Annie and Matt. I think you can take great
Callanan will be back there tomorrow for the men's race, but ultimate respect to Julie President to be cycling for an hour and a half in that heat over that landscape and then have enough strength at the end just to lift the bike up above her head, the new Olympic champion at 23 years old. Incredible. Now, the men modern pentathletes are on their second event of the day. It's the 200-metre swim, and it all works around the time of 2.5 minutes. Now, those that achieve that time will get 1,000 points. Then 4 points are added or taken away for every 0.33 seconds above or below the 2.5 minutes. I know it sounds quite complicated, but it will all make sense. Now, after the fencing round, Great Britain, Sam Wheel and Nick Woodbridge were in 13th place. They've now moved over from the copper box to the Aquatic Centre just behind us there, and Sam is going in the first of these heats. Brilliant event. And this is the thing with the show jumping. They have never ever seen the horse they're about to jump on. They draw lots. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens after the next round. Okay, well, with just one more day to go of these Olympic Games, it seems incredible how they've flown by, but sometimes you just have to slow things down a little bit to get a snapshot of the iconic moments that we've all witnessed. Oh, beautiful. So mesmerizing. Now, first thing this morning, just after 9:30, Ed McKeever was poised in the kayak single 200-metre final. He was in search of Great Britain's 26th goal of these games. As the fastest sprinter in qualifying, he was in a great position to propel himself ahead of the rest of the world.
That's what it's all about. The gold medal. Ed McKeever, you've just been past the medal ceremony. What was that like for you?
Yeah, well, you almost don't believe it until you got your hands on it, do you? But yeah, not sure I'll sleep tonight now.
When the anthem's being played, what sort of emotions are you experiencing at that moment? What things are you thinking about at that moment?
Well, just trying to remember the words. But yeah, just normal sense of pride and making sure it's real.
Well, it is, and your performance was out of this world. Fantastic. Well done, Ed.
Thank you very much.
Well, I'm sure the enormity of what Ed has just achieved will dawn on him very soon, and all the very best for the wedding there. Ed getting the second Olympic gold medal in history in the kayak there. The first being Tim Brown's back in 2008. But medal hope was continuing in the K2 race for Great Britain with Liam Heath and John Schofield paddling over the same distance for the first time in an Olympic game. Now, going into this race, John and Liam had picked up a medal in every single final that's been in this year, and this is how they got on. 59. Okay, on to diving, and Tom Daly struggled in the diving prelims last night. He got a good night's sleep because this morning it was the 10-metre platform semi-final. He failed to get up into the top 12.
Completing the prelim and the semi-final, when you know it doesn't count towards the medals, yet you need to do enough to actually qualify. So that's the toughest part done at the Olympics, actually qualifying for the final. So now I've done that, I'm going to give it my best shot tonight.
Very interesting to hear him say he's getting sharper and sharper, as you can see James American about to kick off afternoon. But you followed him yesterday in the diving, and he was looking really shaky.
Yeah, it's interesting actually. We had Tom live on BBC 3 last night, and the same applies this evening as well. Feel free to tune in. And it was strange because he really was struggling. You know, they said before he went off actually, Leon Taylor, who's commentating, said he looks nervous up there. And I'm just hoping that the fact that he had the prelims, now he's at the semis, I know it's a long tournament for them, but he's had the chance to kind of play himself in, if you know what I mean.
Indeed, yeah, at fourth, you know, he's getting progressively better, so...
Let's not talk it up too much, but it will be nice.
I'm going to go over, but anyway, I'll leave you to it with the top.
Thank you very much. Yeah, time for some football.